Hello, Gail here. I know it's been, I don't know how long. And I said I was going to come back sooner, didn't I? Because I only did a short one. So that was, I don't know when it was, a few weeks ago. Was it something like the 6th of January? Well, I think it was a Tuesday. Whatever day it was, shortly after, on a Thursday, my husband was coughing, and I said to him, you need to go to the doctors, you know, you've been coughing for a long time, about 3 weeks. Oh, I'll be all right, he says, I've just got, a cough. I said, no, you need to go, because he kept getting a temperature as well, and like having 18 covers on the bed and his hat on and sweating to death. I said, go to the doctors and get an appointment. So he went to the doctors, and then they said, right, we'll see what we can do, we'll get back to you. So they phoned him up that afternoon and said, because it's very hard to get a doctor's appointment here. England. They phoned up and they said, we can't fit you in to be seen today, but we've arranged for you to see somebody at a respiratory clinic at the local hospital. Okay, he said, 9:45 p.m. Right, so off he went at 9:45, well, 9:30, and they examined him and they decided that they thought he had a thrombosis in his leg, which, you see, I should have gone with him, but I wasn't in the mood for sitting in hospitals at that time of night. But usually I go with him to make sure that, he doesn't confuse issues, because he does talk round the houses. Since he was ill, he's not been very good at answering questions or understanding questions so that he answers it correctly. And I usually butt in, and I usually, before now, I have been asked to be quiet and let him answer his own questions. So I did. I let him answer them wrong. Anyway, this particular time I wasn't there, and they decided he had a thrombosis in his leg, and they wanted him to go to a further away hospital with more facilities. So, but they wouldn't let him drive, and there weren't any ambulances available. They wanted him to take a taxi, and he said, no, I'm not paying for a taxi. So he came home. He got a taxi home because they wouldn't let him drive. And the next morning, they came home with a letter. The next morning, my daughter came round on her way to work, so it's 6:30, and took him to the further away hospital. Again, I didn't go, because I'm a bit fed up, with sitting with him when he's not feeling well in hospitals. It takes hours and hours and hours and hours, and he gets like a bed, even if it is in the corridor or on wheels. I have to just sit there. He can have a sleep. Anyway, and then they push him places, oh, we're going to give him a scan, and I can't walk. Anyway, he went on his own again. He kept phoning me up. The 6-hour waiting. Flipping heck. Anyway, they gave him heart attack tests, because they asked him if he had any pains in his chest, and of course he's had pain in his chest because he pulled a muscle in his chest, but they don't communicate properly that that's what's going on. So they're giving him heart attack tests. They're taking his temperature, because he had a temperature, which we knew. He was coughing away, so they gave him chest x-rays. Anyway, they decided to keep him in, and that was on the Friday, and they kept him in on the Saturday as well, and then they let him come home on the Sunday. They'd been giving him antiviral injections in his stomach. He was taking penicillin. He had pneumonia, and he had flu type A. That came back in the results. So I had a read of what flu type A was. There's 4 types of flu, there's A, B, C and D. C and D we don't get. It's out there, but we don't get it, and if we do, then that's not good. A is the most common because we don't have any immunity to it, so if flu type A is flying around, you're likely to get it. And it comes from avian flu, that's where it was developed. And B comes from swine flu, and that's harder to catch. Anyway, he had flu type A, he had pneumonia, he had all these tablets to take at different times, do this 3 times a day and this one 4 times a day. Anyway, of course, he's been coughing and breathing on me, hasn't he, for the past 3 weeks. So I think he came home on the Sunday, and by Tuesday I was ill. I didn't go to hospital, and I didn't have any antibiotics or any flu injections, which changed tablets when he came home. So I didn't have it for very long, really. Perhaps 10 days or so, I started to feel better. Yeah, day 9, I went back to bed after getting up in the morning, and I had a really long sleep, like another 8 hours. And I woke up feeling much better, and I was even much more better the day after. And while all this was going on, my friend Karen, who lives in America, she came over to see her mum. And of course I was too ill to see her, and she certainly didn't want to pass any germs to her mum. Her mum's 90 something or other, 94, something like that. Anyway, I was well enough to see her the day before she went home. We went out for a meal on the Sunday, and I've been fine, apart from my tooth. Now, you know I was having my tooth extracted the week after I last talked to you. Well, it was very complicated. Eventually they got enough x-rays to make a decision on what to do, and the tooth, although it had one root, it was curved at the bottom. It was like that, and he was worried that when he pulled it out, the bottom would break off the little hook at the bottom, because that's very often what happened. And he didn't want to leave the bottom of the tooth because that was a risk of infection, and he doesn't want me to have that risk, being as I'm diabetic, and mouths of diabetics don't heal very well. So it took half an hour to get it out. He didn't just pull. Any dentist can pull a tooth out, he said. It took him half an hour of wiggling it around, and eventually he got it out, and he was very pleased with himself. And it wasn't just a hook, it was a spiral tooth root with a hook on the end. He said you'll feel as if you've been beaten up when the anaesthetic wears off, you know, the injections. There's no trouble, I just lay comfortably while he got on with it. But yeah, I was taking ibuprofen and paracetamol every 4 hours. I tried codeine, didn't even touch it, the codeine. It was very painful, and I couldn't eat either. I had, you know, like soup and Weetabix with warm milk on, very nice, for about 4 days before I started to actually eat things. Anyway, a week after I'd had my tooth out and into me having flu, I phoned him up and said, you know, it's still very painful, I'm still taking all these painkillers. And he said, oh, leave it till Monday, we'll see how it is on Monday, phone me back. So by the Monday, I wasn't taking them every 4 hours, and I wasn't having to take them together, and I thought, oh, things are improving. And over the week I've hardly taken any, maybe some paracetamols one day and some ibuprofen another day, but I have had to buy a whole load of stuff for mouth ulcers, because that side of my mouth was just full of mouth ulcers. Anyway, the mouth ulcers are a lot better now, but I do think it's infected. The inside of that side of my mouth is very, very red, and it's still sore. I'm still having to take occasional painkillers, so I'm going to phone him up on Monday. But what a rigmarole, hey? Flu. We had our flu injections. I don't know why we both caught it, but I think I stood strong for a while until, you know, he'd coughed on me so much. And I was a bit fed up with, you know, facing the other way in bed. You want to turn over, don't you? And if I turned over, he came towards me and coughed all over me and gave me even more germs. Anyway, we'll get on to... I'm not allowed to buy now. It's fabric-free February. And fabric-free February. Is that what I said? So I'm not going to buy anything else for February, and I'm very glad, because I've gone a bit wild. Now, I'm going to start off with the book. You know, I was showing you the book, and I had a story to tell. Facet Quilt Romance. I want to make this one on the front. And I was looking through it, and it did seem very familiar. And that's because both Quilt Romance, different fronts. Why did they put different fronts on? To trick you, so that you don't think you've got it. I mean, they're not entirely different, but I've got 2 of them. But this is really, you know, how I live my life, buying 2 of this and 2 of that. And I've got some proof. See this? This is a nice book. I do it with magazines as well. Well, I used to. I only buy them on subscription now because I can't get out. Anyway, I did buy, oh no, I've got some other things to show you. This is the hat I bought for my eldest daughter's wedding, because I didn't have my hair in this clip at the time, but it's the hat I bought. And I bought it off the internet, you know, like I do. I had a lovely pink outfit. Anyway, I saw another hat that I thought was much better, so I bought that. Which, of course, is the same. Isn't it? One of them is much comfier, though. The one I've got on here, much comfier. Yes, I had a rather pink, bejewelled and glamorous outfit on, which was recycled, I'll have you know. I couldn't afford to buy it new. Got it off eBay. And then my younger daughter got married, and I had a green outfit. So I bought a green hat. Wasn't quite the right colour, so I bought another green hat, which is exactly the same. I've got two green hats that aren't quite the right colour. There. So when I buy things and I've already got it, nobody in my family is surprised. For my younger daughters, I wore a cream hat and I got cream shoes and a cream bag because I couldn't match the shade of green. Anyway, last time I think I was showing you this, which is Moda's collection for a cause, and it's called Etchings, and all the proceeds are going to Parkinson's disease, which I'm affiliated. Well, I'm not affiliated. What I am is I have a history. My dad had Parkinson's disease, so if we come across something that's helpful to Parkinson's disease, we do tend to buy them. So this is it that I bought, and then eventually I got the pattern. Can you see? Let's take it out of the plastic. The pattern of the quilt, which is, there it is completely, but small. And here it is big, but it's got an edge missing. So I've been reading, you know, how much fabric you need. I'm not going to be able to make it with just a layer cake. So, it's very easy. It's just half square triangles, nothing, or squares. It's not difficult at all. But I have ordered a fat quarter stack, which still isn't probably going to be enough, but I can buy the odd fabric, can't I, if I'm short? We'll see. Anyway, so that's a lot of money, and so I'm glad it's going to be fabric free February. I don't know when I'm going to make it, but I'll have all the materials. So, being as we've been talking about books, I bought a book as well on my D-Stash group, Snowflakes. Now this, whoa, it's complex, but it's not put me off. I'm going to have a go at making these. These are all snowflake quilts. Look at that, that's a snowflake block. And you have to make, it's all in, it's not just a triangle. It's, look at that, that's how they got to that triangle. All these different bits, different pieces of the pattern to make the snowflakes. But yeah, it's lovely. I'm looking forward to doing this, but it's not going to be anything, you know, I've got a lot of things to make before I do this. Anyway, I've got that book. We'll do the layer cake first, because I'm a bit surrounded by fabric I've bought. So I've got this because it's lovely. Look at all those, it's lovely. This I got from D-Stash, so you know, it saved me money and it saved it being unwanted. I've got another one that's very similar colours to this, so that'll be a bigger quilt than usual. Let me turn the heater off, because it's noisy, and I meant to turn it off and I forgot. So shall we do the D-Stash first? Things I bought on D-Stash. I bought this pile, a little pile of offcuts from somebody, and I bought them. Most of them are Tilda, although this isn't. This is the Pickens lady, can't remember her name. It's her hydrangea or blue something or other range. I recognise it. But this is all Tilda, just pieces. But the reason I bought it was these. I thought, oh, I can make a dolly. So I got a pile of offcuts because it had those two. So there's, you know, I mean, some of them are sizable pieces, big strips of, you know. So that was from D-Stash. I'm going to enjoy playing around with my Tilda from D-Stash. I also got this Tilda off my D-Stash. Or maybe it was, you know, it was D-Stash. It was just a different D-Stash group. And this is Tilda. I mean, you know, I've got this one already. I'm not sure if I've got these florally ones. See, pink and blue already. But they're all Tilda, and you know I love Tilda. So I got them, 5 fat quarters there. What else did I get from D-Stash? I got this this big piece of floral, which is 3 sisters, I think. 3 sisters, yes. Double something, I can't read it. Hang on. What does that say? Double chocolate. So I'm going to use that, I think, to back the quilt that I've not been quilting, you know, the one with the drunkard's path, because I've been ill. And then I couldn't find me needles, because I have to tidy up, as you know, when my grandchildren come, and I'd put my needles somewhere and couldn't find them. And I got this as well. This is also from the same range, so I shall be backing a quarter of the quilt with that one as well. So that'll be that, and then I can sew it together. And I got this from my D-Stash. I've no idea who it's by, but I thought it was lovely. Isn't that lovely? That someone was selling. So you know, that's going in my pile. And I got another one, but a different colourway. Not the right way up, yeah. Ooh, it's lovely, isn't it? You know, it's not just me, I'm sure, that thinks things are lovely. And then very recently, just very recently, I got these from D-Stash. And these are 3 sisters as well. Whatever it's called. Moda Fabrics French General, that's what it is, by 3 sisters. And I have got a little bit of this left, but I like it. And this also, a big 2-metre piece, I think. And this one, she was selling 3.7 metres, and I didn't want 3.7 metres. You know, I don't really want that much, and apart from the cost. So I said, can I have 2 metres? And for what I was prepared to pay. Of course, she said. Isn't that lovely? I do like brown fabrics. I like them with turquoise, actually. It's not got turquoise, but that would be super duper. I can't wait to use all these. I'm looking forward to using all of them, but you know, I ain't got enough time in the day, have I? Anyway, that's all my D-Stash stuff. Yes. And then I got some grunge from Sheila at Fabric UK. Fabric Treasures UK. So this is, I don't like orange, and this is kind of a reddy orange. I guess you would call it orange, but it's not as, I'm not repulsed by it. And you know, sometimes orange looks very nice, doesn't it? And I got this one. This is an even bigger piece. I don't know what colour this is. It's kind of a limey mustard. It's a bit of an odd colour, but it's mine now. Grunge. And this one is not grunge. This is a flannel. I don't know if it's going to have on the selvage what kind of flannel it is. It's Autumn Gatherings by Moda, of course. It's lovely and soft, and it's kind of terracotta. And you see he's got a little kind of stitchy print on it. Now I have got some flannel layer cakes, so that will make a nice soft backing. I can hear the music next to but when I'm having a party. And the music's just started up, so let's hope it doesn't get any louder. Oh, I'm going to put them back up there, out the way. Now then, now we get on to the new stuff. I mean, how long has it been? It's been a fortnight at least, maybe a bit more than a fortnight since I spoke to you, and there's just been parcel after parcel arriving. Do you know, are you aware that the new set, the new collection of fabrics from Tilda came out on the 1st of February? And it made me think, knowing it was coming out on the 1st of February, that I'd better buy their old fabric collection first. It's called Hibernation. This is the blue pack, and can you see, look, it's got sleeping animals on it. There's a little sleeping squirrel. Now, and it came in these 3 colours, pinks, greens and blues, and they also had an orange collection, which I suppose was autumnal, but I didn't buy that because, you know, I don't like oranges. See that sleeping mouse? It's cute, isn't it? It's Hibernation. And I got those in the greens and the pinks and the blues. So I was very happy about that. More Tilda. And that's, I'm going to buy the one that came out on Tuesday as well. But they haven't got any orange, so I'll be fine. And I bought these. These were from a shop online. I bought that just because I liked it. And I have a feeling I might already have this. I don't know who it's by. I've not looked, but it seems very familiar. But it's very nice. Can you see the... No, you can't. Look at that. It's got a lovely turquoise flower. That's that quarter. And I've ordered a panel of cats just because I like it. And then I saw this cat fabric. I'll show you the panel when it arrives. And there it is again in different colourway. Aren't they lovely? Pussycats. And I bought this cat fabric as well, which is also lovely. If you like cats. I know not everybody likes cats. I prefer a cat to a dog. Oh yeah, we've had some sadness as well. The cat died. I thought, I was going upstairs. Sure, it was a few days after, it was before my husband went in hospital. I was going upstairs and I was thinking, what's that funny smell? And I thought, maybe it's coming from outside. And then I thought, wonder where the cat is. Anyway, I found her asleep on a chair in the front bedroom, but she wasn't asleep. So, she's died. She was about 11 or 12. We don't really know how old she was because we got her from a rescue centre. And they reckon she was about 6. And I'm sure I've not already told you this, have I? Anyway, we've had her for about 5.5 years. So she was 11 or 12, possibly older. And she was just curled up as if she was asleep. But you know when you think that she didn't look quite right, and I went over and stroked her and she was dead. So I had to spend half an hour on the phone to my younger daughter because my younger daughter is like a walking encyclopedia of where our pets are buried in the garden. Nobody else can remember, but she knows exactly. We had to find a spot to bury her. And you know, I was telling my friends the other day that, you know, we buried her in the garden. And one of them said, well, you didn't take her to the vets to be cremated. I said, no, all of our pets are buried in the garden. We made a list. We've had 8 cats and a dog. We've buried a parrot that one of the cats brought home. That was about 3 foot long, you know, tail to head. And 3 guinea pigs, 2 or 3 hamsters, and many fish. It's quite full. It's, you know, a bit chock-a-block. We haven't got a very big garden. But it's where did we bury them? Where did we bury? Anyway, we found a place and buried her. So that was, we still miss her, and it was a few weeks ago. I think when the other animals must have died, we must have been, you know, busy. But now there's just us at home. We're not as busy at all. And I keep thinking, oh, I wonder if the cat's at the door. Or, oh, has the cat... Have you seen the cat today? It's a bit strange, but anyway. I bought these from Flutter by Fabrics on Facebook. They do have a shop. If you go on Facebook and have a look, you'll find the shop address somewhere. So I bought all these in this range, and this one has got peacocks on. Aren't they lovely? Put that so that you can see the peach of that peacock goes with the peach of this. Yeah. So we've got that one. Yeah. The peacock, and then we've got that goes nicely with it. And that one, which is the blue of the pink one, and this one, which has again got peacocks on, but they're a bit more subdued. And then we've got this one, which is kind of peacocky paisley type of thing. So I bought them. And I also bought this range. Now, I've been wanting this range for a while, and I bought it. It's lovely, isn't it? I think it's Lewis and Irene. What does it say here? It's Celestial, and it's by Lewis and Irene. So I bought a yard of that piece, and these are all half meters, I think. Well, they might be meters, I don't know. Can't remember. So is that one with the butterflies or moths and moons and stars. That one's full of stars on kind of a bumbleberries. And then I got this gold bumbleberries. You see it's metallic-y bits. There's metallic on all of them. So I don't know what I'm going to make, but I bought them. And I also bought some white with it's white on white. I don't know if you'll be able to see. Can you see it's like leaves? I do like white on whites. To make that etchings quilt, I'm going to have to buy 5 yards. 5 yards of ivory I'm getting. And I got this as well, and I don't really know why I got this. I just thought, ooh, that's a good green. And I know I had something in mind. I can't remember what now. Anyway, I've got a metre of plain green. And then I got this off her website because I just thought it was gorgeous. And I've ordered another one in a different colourway this week. And you see, it's got a green man with metallic-y bits. Kind of oak leaves, isn't it? Must be oak man. So I've got a metre of that as well. Because I thought it was lovely. And it goes a bit with that green. I wonder if... No, I wasn't seeing them at the same time. But can you see how that green goes with the leaves? Anyway, I've ordered another one of them. I'll show you that it's in a different colourway when it comes. And then I had a bit of a lost mind, I think, because I bought all these. Well, they were cheap. That's why they were £4 a metre from Flutter by Fabrics again. I bought them all thinking of my granddaughter. I thought, oh, I can make something my granddaughter with that. Oh, I can make something. So I don't know if I'm going to make a quilt with them or if I'm going to make some dresses, because, you know, she never wore that dress I made. She's never worn it. And my younger daughter has suggested I make something that's more adaptable size-wise, like a wraparound dress or something, you know, a summer dress. So I might have a go at something like that, but I bought these. So it's got princesses on it and castles and butterflies and like a tiara thing. So I thought, yes, I'll have that, so I bought that. And I bought this one. These, of course, I'm not allowed to sell or anything. I'm not going to sell it to her because they're licensed. That's got Bambis on it and little flowers. I know they don't all match in colour, but it's going to be very feminine if I make a quilt. And this one has got baby Mickey Mouse and baby Pluto and things. Little Donald Ducks. Babies. So I thought that was nice. And this one, I don't know if it's Mifty. Is the name Mifty? Or if it's, you know, a pretend one. There. But they would make lovely little wraparound summer dresses, wouldn't they? As well as all being sewn together into a quilt. So you have to think these were all £4. So how many have I bought? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. It's 5 times 7. No, 4 times 7 is £28 for 7 meters. So this is Tinkerbell. It's lovely. Are they all the right way up? Yeah. So I thought, if, you know, I mean, I know they're not matching colours, but it's just so little girly, isn't it, if I make it into a quilt. We have, whatever they're called. Unicorns. And the last one is just feminine flowers. So they're all with my granddaughter in mind. So I might make her a quilt at some point. Or I might try to make a dress. Maybe I won't enjoy making the dress because I'm not really a dressmaker. Although I've got plenty of dressmaking fabrics. I'll have to get to grips at some point, won't I, and do something. So you see how they're all very nice. Anyway, that's what I bought. Is that everything? Yes. I bought a lot, didn't I? So I found my needles, so I'm going to start quilting the Drunkard's Path things today. I've sewn all my extra circles on. So, and I've got them layered up ready for quilting. So I'm going to start doing that from now on. So hopefully that'll get finished soon, and then I can finish some other things that I haven't finished yet. I've got an awful lot of stuff. I told you, didn't I, that I wanted to finish some things. I've got a lot of stuff that needs finishing. A lot of things I've made but I've not finished. I've got a lot of tops. Oh, I used 2 of my tops as tablecloths at Christmas, you know. Tablecloths, you know. And the girls noticed and said, "Ooh, like your tablecloths, mother." So, you know, they come in handy even when they've not been quilted. So yes, I brought all of these and shown you all of my purchases, whether they are from destashing or not. I've written a list of all the calf facet books I've got so that I don't buy another one I've already got. I've got 13 calf facet books, 2 of which are the same. I mean, I could always sell it, you know. They keep their value, really, don't they? You know, I was looking at the destash site today. Well, it was yesterday actually, and they had a lovely pattern, and I thought, oh, that's very nice. Has anyone bought it? No, but the price was £75, and I thought, she's forgotten the decimal place. You know, it should be £7.50. That's usually what people sell them for, £5, £7.50. Sometimes less, sometimes more. Anyway, I put £75. Are you sure that's right? Question mark, question mark. And it is, apparently. She said they're selling them on eBay for £116. I wonder who's going to buy that. I wonder who's going to buy the one on the destash group for £75. I don't think very many people. Told her I was interested in it if it was, you know, the decimal place was in the wrong point. The decimal point was in the wrong place. But she assured me it wasn't, so what can you do? So that's what I'm going to be doing over the next few weeks, is quilting my Drunkard's Path and sewing it together. I have not yet. I found the quilt. I've seen it. I've not actually reached and got it yet. You know, my hourglass quilt that the borders have come for. I know where that is. I can get that out. So I don't have to worry about that yet. And I think I'll do that once I've finished my Drunkard's Path. And then I might finish my can't remember what it's called. Log cabin. I've got a log cabin quilt that is finished, but I only finished it for the exhibition, so I'm going to unfinish it and add a border or 2. I might do that after I've done the red and white hourglass one, which I will do after I've done the Drunkard's Path. It's no surprise, is it, that I need all these notebooks telling me where I'm up to and what I've done, and now I need to keep track of what books I've got to check I've not already got it. I'm a bit of a... there's another thing I'm not very good at, you know, and that's measuring. We measured the bedroom and bought all this new bedroom furniture. Let's take 2 of the units back because I'm not very good at measuring. We've done it with carpet as well, and the carpet didn't fit, it was too small. Although I think that was my husband's fault, he fitted it in a different way than I would have. Anyway, yeah, I've got a bit of a reputation for buying duplicates of things and measuring up wrongly, which is probably why I'm a bit slapdash with me quilting, because, you know, I don't care really if it's a wrong measurement. I just add another bit on, and who's going to know unless I point it out? Mind you, my dad was a bit like that, you know. We used to have a log fire that was in our front room, which only really got lit at Christmas and if I had guests round when I was a girl. And it, of course, the wood used to spit and burn the carpet. We did have a fire guard and everything, but it was a big fireplace with big logs. Anyway, my dad would cut out the burnt bit and then he'd cut it out in a circle, and he'd put in the circle a piece from spare carpet that he'd kept when they had the carpet done. So it was all patched. It was very, very patterned, so you couldn't really tell where it was. And they had somebody come round with a super duper hoover and or vacuum cleaner, I should say, and they demonstrated it in the front room, and they sucked up the circles of carpet. So maybe I've got it from him that, you know, I'm not bothered, I just patch it, sew it back together. Oh, and look at this, I bought some more, you know, this here, let's just move that, you know, matting full of 2.5 inch squares, and I said it was full and we needed to get a bigger one. Well, I bought another one which I thought was the same size as this, but it was full of chocolates, of course, for Christmas. Look, it's bigger. Ah, isn't it lovely? So that's empty now. That's why it's going dinga-donga. And I've put them in here and I've got lots of room. Look. And those chocolates, I've been very generous, you know, because I bought it for myself for Christmas, and I said to my husband, wrap it up, you know, you bought me this. And every time I have a chocolate, I throw one across the room to him, because we have a settee each on each side of the room. I've been sharing them, which is very good. I'm very kind and nice and generous, aren't I? So I'll show you all the way around. There's his face, and it goes round to his tail. Are they big flowers? Isn't that lovely? So yeah, I've put all my little things in there, so I'll have to find something else to put in there now. And I've got little ones as well. I buy myself one every Christmas. The little ones came in a pack of 4 that I bought one Christmas for myself. You don't get many chocolates in a little one, maybe 4. But they are lovely. Got another one there. I've got some others as well. Another 2, but I'm not sure where they are. Here's one, and I think the other one's on the floor. I think it fell off one day. I do like my cat tins, and they've got you know what they're called, Monty Boo Jangles Chocky Scoffy chocolates in. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to get some cake out the freezer. What day is it? Saturday. Yeah, we've got grandchildren tomorrow. That'll be fun, won't it? Yeah, I'm gonna get something out the freezer, go in, eat and quilt. I'll be quilting for the next week. I'm not going to make any promises about when I make another video, because, you know, well, I don't think I'm going to get ill again. Don't know what's going to happen with my tooth, mind. We'll have to see, won't we? And I'm at the doctor's on Monday, because you know, I get het up around Christmas, and I was talking to the doctor about being het up, and he wanted me to take my blood pressure, and I took my blood pressure, and sometimes it was 170 over like 98, which is very high. So he didn't want to give me any more tablets if it was just Christmas creating it, and he sent me a text saying, right, start doing your blood pressure again. About 2 weeks ago, after Christmas. Anyway, it's not, none of them have been 170 over 98, but it's still right up there. The average, I suppose, is 147 over 90, which is a bit high. And I already take a combination of 2 different sorts of tablets. Anyway, I'm going on Monday to see him, so we'll see what he has to say. And I'll catch up with you when I get back. When I come out here, it's been a bit kind of horrible. You know, raining and freezing. We've had a snow flutter. There was snow on the floor for nearly a whole day. And mud and coldness that's made me not want to come out, apart from the fact I've been poorly. And I've survived without having antivirals and antibiotics, although I might have to have antibiotics now for me jaw, which, you know, is another problem, isn't it? Finding antibiotics for me that work and don't make me ill. He might just say give it some time. We'll see. Well, I can really hear the music now next door at 1. We did see a balloon, a number 2 balloon. So I don't know if somebody's 20 or 21 or 52 or... There's no 2-year-old in the house. Anyway, I'm going now, and I hope this leaves you well, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.